Welcome to More Than Renovating, a renovate and real estate podcast. Our founder, Belinda Smith, talks to industry experts to provide you with the knowledge and information you need to make renovating for love and profit your reality. Belinda will also chat to some of her Renovation Mastery members, who are just everyday people doing extraordinary things, following their passions in the renovation and property space. So, let's jump straight into the episode. Enjoy.
Yeah, hi, I'm Belinda Smith from Renovate and Real Estate. On today's podcast recording with me is Tracey Ellis. Tracey Ellis is from Old to New House Transformations. Tracey and I've worked pretty closely together. Tracey is one of my VIP students and a really lovely lady. And you are listening to the More Than Renovating podcast because you know it's all about the human story as much as it is about the house transformations. Welcome, Tracey.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So the reason this came about is that Tracey was at my house. We had a renovation consultancy mastery retreat at my house 2 weekends ago, and we were having a bit of a giggle, and Tracey shared with me something that I hadn't heard her talk about before, and that's a renovation that she did overseas, and it was such an interesting story. I thought that she should share it with all of you guys. And why I find it interesting is Tracey did a renovation overseas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm forever reading all of those ads from Italy and France, and they say, come and buy one of our properties for $1 and renovate and live in the beautiful mountainside or all the places they talk about. Come and buy a house for $1 and come and renovate that house. And there are certain parameters around those renovations. And I've since read articles where the actual cost to purchase one of those houses is closer to $25,000, but it's certainly not what we pay here. And I know people love the romance of renovating overseas. So Tracey, tell us, first of all, whereabouts did you renovate? What country?
In Greece, in Athens.
I don't know why. I still find that really funny, especially when you start to talk about how it came about. So let's go. How did it come about, Tracey, that you decided to renovate a house in Greece?
Oh, it just basically happened. I was having a late to life gap year. So
what is that? Eat, pray, love, or one of those years? What is it? One of those ones? Yeah. Yes.
So that was 10 years ago. Went to Athens and loved it. Loved the lifestyle, the sit in the cafes and watch the world go by. And most people want to do the overseas renovation thing.
Yeah, very romantic. It has a romantic flair about it.
And
Under the Tuscan sun.
Mine, I suppose, was a pretty selfish reason. I just wanted to be over there.
Yeah.
If I had an apartment over there, I could go over more often, which, I loved doing. I love traveling, full stop. Yeah, but now I've got to know a lot of people over there and love going back to visit. And so the biggest thing was the prices. It was very cheap to buy an apartment in Athens at that time. So
an apartment in Athens, it cost you around about, how much money did it cost you?
I bought it for €35,000.
Right, which is what in Australia back then? What do you reckon that translated to?
I think it double approximately. I think we're 70 roundabout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then by the time I renovated and finished it, it was about €50,000.
Fantastic. Okay. Do you have a valuation on it?
Now I got it valued before COVID.
Yeah.
And they said I'd probably get about 3 times what I originally bought it for. But I was, do I want to keep it, sell it? What do I want to do? So I kept it, but then we had COVID.
Yeah.
So it was an Airbnb after I did it up, and then COVID happened and no tourists. So just rented it to just locals.
Yeah.
And so it's still doing that now. So it wasn't, so I've just sold it. Yeah. So I sold it to my manager, so I didn't get the highest price because it was just easy to do, just to sell it
Yeah,
to
just sell
my
it
manager.
straight to them. Yeah.
Yeah, but like when I'm looking for properties now, they're probably double what I paid originally for it.
Fantastic. So Tracey from Wagga has a renovated property in Greece, or had a renovated property in Greece. It's a beautiful story, Tracey. And you did that all yourself as a single lady traveling.
Yeah. I joined expat groups when I was over there, when I was just holidaying. And then when I went back to try and find something, I joined expat groups just, for a bit of English.
Yeah, bit of company.
And
Yeah,
yeah, found lots of contacts through those groups. And one of the people, he was an architect, so he basically did the project managing for me.
which is brilliant. So were you over there when all the project managing was going on, or were you here in Australia?
No, I was staying there. Yeah. I think, as I bought it, I moved into it and, stayed there while I was renovating. So I did the painting and the gap filling and everything that I do here in
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah.
And then I had, electricians and plumbers, cabinet maker, because it was pretty rough. And so no kitchen to speak of, so had to put a kitchen in and get all the appliances. I didn't put an oven in, just a little cooktop, but it did have a washing machine in there. So it was just what you'd use when you're staying in an Airbnb, pretty
How
much.
did you even know what compliances were? Like, how did you work it
um
out?
I left, I suppose, that up to the project manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically said what I could do, what I couldn't do, which is fairly broad.
Some overseas countries are fairly broad with their regulation and with their work safety and work cover. Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
Not that was just a standard little apartment. So but the the biggest thing I got in trouble for was making making noise in siesta time.
Which is
Oh,
every day, isn't it? Well
yeah.
down. Oh my
I
goodness.
can't remember the times, but it's like from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, and I'd
Oh,
be banging away at something and I'd hear this shouting, but I couldn't understand it. So I just
ignored it.
kept going.
All right. And how did you communicate with all your tradies? Were they
Oh,
all English speaking, or was there lots of?
no, not the tradies. The
Yeah,
tradies didn't speak much English. My project manager did. So I would either call him and then
yeah.
he would talk to the tradie on the phone, or just hand signals, like
It's like
lots
a
of,
game of charades.
yeah, it was very much charades. Yeah.
Oh,
I
funny.
was telling you the story of I pulled out the range hood and the wires were still live. And then I've walked past it. I don't do any of this stuff nowadays. I've walked past it with the ladder and it's tripped out the electricity. So the electricians come back and he was quite mad at me for tripping it out, and he was pointing at it and saying no. He's going, no.
Lucky you're wearing
So
your Aussie
I get
thongs.
that means don't walk past the
Wear
electricity with
those
a ladder.
wear those rubber thongs.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. So other than having a near-death experience, did everything go all right?
Yeah, it went pretty good. I think, yeah, when I came back home, there was a little bit of a leak because the buildings are so old.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a leak around the toilet, and that's probably the biggest problem there was, really. Everything else went okay.
And how did you know, like, what colors to do and what style to do, and how did you get your inspiration for your Greek apartment?
Yeah, it wasn't like, because you're in the city, it's not really the seaside
Yeah, it's
blue,
not like the Greek
anything.
islands with the white and the blue doors.
No, they do have a lot of there was the shutters were on the apartment because it had a little balcony as well. So those shutters were there, but they were fairly rotted, so they had to come off. But mostly it was just modern, just tidying it up and making it look modern was didn't really go with a theme or anything. It was just to make it look neat and tidy.
Yeah, fix it up and Airbnb it. Where did you buy all your furniture and bits and pieces for Airbnb?
Oh, yeah, there's
Why
some
am I?
stories there
Why do
too.
I think there's another funny story coming?
Yeah, I'd be seen walking through the streets carrying a chair because, of course, I'm over there without a car. So the only way to get around, walk or catch the train, the metro. And I did get on the metro with furniture as well. Yeah, so they've got stores that are a bit like Bunnings, I suppose. Mix of Bunnings. Oh, IKEA. Actually, I
Yeah.
got most of my furniture from IKEA.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they delivered the bed and the big things, fridge, things like that. Again, they'd ring me and be speaking in Greek, and I didn't know what they were
When
saying.
they were
So,
delivering, what time?
so I'd have to run and find a friend and say, give them the phone and say, "What's this person saying to me?"
The fridge is coming and I've got no idea when.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the best. So, okay, so
yeah.
probably thinking about this story, Tracey, and how well you do renovating in Australia right now in Potpourri, you've done many renos there, and now you're in Wagga. It's all about rolling with the punches and finding answers to the solutions at hand. So, what a challenging project and a lot of fun. And I love the way you always find something to laugh at along the way. I think humour gets us a long way, especially when we've got something, a little hurdle to jump, especially when we're nearly electrocuted ourselves with the wires hanging out of a range hood. But yeah, good humour gets us a long way there. Is there anything that you enjoyed? Like, what did you enjoy the most out of the experience?
Yeah, getting it done, I suppose. Getting it done, getting over those hurdles of not speaking the language and completing something that's, not your usual.
Yeah,
Um,
something out of the box.
yeah,
The
yeah.
challenge of it all while you're having your
Mm.
midlife crisis. And okay, so where did the money come from to do the renovation? Did you borrow from Australia to buy there?
Yeah, it was just money that I had. Yeah, so cash here. Like it's not just going and renovating a place. You do have to do a lot of other things. Like I had to make a bank account, and yeah, that wasn't easy because I had to just walk up and down the street, go into every bank, ask whether I could make a bank account
Yeah,
because not all the banks would allow me. Oh, I had to get a tax file number.
I was going to say the tax return. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to get an accountant.
in Greece. So you've got
Yeah.
a Greek accountant, and then you've also
Mhm.
got your Australian accountant who,
Yeah.
and your Greek accounts get done separately, and then that
Yes.
gets mushed in with all of your figures here in Australia, which is what happens
Yeah.
with me and my
So,
New Zealand
yeah,
properties.
pay the tax over there for
Yeah,
the income that's earned over there.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets put on my tax return here as well.
And when you sold the property, was there capital gains, and what happened with that?
No, I don't think they have that over there, not as far as I know. It went all through this
I
went all
went
through
through the
the
system and
solicitor and
no one pulled you up on it, so there we're
no,
done.
no.
Oh, that's
Yeah, a solicitor, that's another
yeah,
thing that I had to have as well.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was confident because there was all those people in place, all those people that are educated and know what they're doing. So I was confident that I was doing the right thing and I wasn't going to get pulled up at the border and told
yeah.
that, yeah, I couldn't leave until I paid this amount of tax or something. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. And equipment and all that kind of stuff while you did the renovation, you just bought things along the fly while you were there and left them there, or like what did you do?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, there was a little paint shop down the road, so I'd be toddling off down the road with a bucket of paint, every couple of days.
And I got to know you, I bet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He would sort of hide under the bench every time I came in, I think.
Oh, it's the
Um,
best.
yeah, and then get on the buses, on the train to get to IKEA or Practica, I think their Bunnings is called, equivalent. And just buying little bits and pieces, door handles I had to buy, and paint scrapers, and
Okay, what was the best part and what was the worst part? Go best part first. What was the best part of doing what you did?
To be over there, to be living over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst part?
That I can't live over there all the time.
But you had to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
the best.
my daughters did say, "Do you think you'll be coming back?"
One day.
I've got to come back. I've got to come back.
Oh,
I
how
actually, I did push my luck right to the edge once. So I had 2 days left on my visa. So the security was going through counting all my days up very carefully. Because I knew I had 2 days. So I wasn't stressed about it.
No, you'd done your math first.
Yeah.
you cut it fine, so you made sure you were accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good story,
just
Trace.
like I just wanted to stay there as long as possible to get as much finished as possible.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I am I am actually looking,
That's the best. Okay, so would you do it there or somewhere else?
Because I know the place well now.
Yeah.
Although I've forgotten a lot because it was a while ago. Yeah, probably would go back to Athens. Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd feel like you'd have some confidence around purchasing. And sight unseen, would you purchase there sight unseen? Have you got contacts there still at the moment?
Yeah. I was there at the end of last year, and I did go with an agent around to a few properties and had a look. So I would contact her. And
did you tell your daughters?
Yeah, they know.
They knew you were looking. How
Yeah.
funny. Life is an adventure. Thank you so much, Tracey. If you had one little piece of advice to give to somebody who was thinking about doing one of these homes, whether it be in Italy, France, or Greece, what would you say?
Definitely give it a go if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah.
It's not just walk in and renovate and walk back out again. Yeah, there's lots of do your homework, find out what they need you to do before you buy it. Yeah. And I would assume that you'd have to get tax file numbers and things like that in any country to
Did you
own
feel
property.
like they were being dodgy over there, or did you feel safe with all the transactions and stuff?
Yeah, I did feel safe. Yeah. There's
safe-ish.
You've got to realise that there is an element of that all the time. Just don't be naive, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you also have to trust, and which I did trust a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which, look back, if it had gone wrong, I would have gone, oh, that was really stupid.
But it didn't go wrong, so there you go.
But it didn't go wrong. Yeah.
It's the same here, though, don't you reckon?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The people I picked, were great people and are still my friends. So.
Oh, so nice. What an adventure. You only live once. There you go.
That's it, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. If anybody wants to work with Tracey here, Tracey does joint ventures. She's always open to working with people either as a renovator or if anybody wants to be a money partner for Tracey. She's an experienced renovator, one of my favourite ladies, and you can find Tracey at Old to New House Transformations on Instagram. So when I say old to new, old to the number 2, New House Transformations is her Instagram handle. Once you get onto Instagram, you'll see the link tree and you can click through to Tracey there via the link tree, or you can send her an email at Ellis, ELLIS, family05@bigpond.com. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tracey. Or if you can't find Tracey, call me and I'll put you in touch. So beautiful. Thanks so much for sharing that story, Tracey.
More than willing to go overseas and renovate your property.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, anywhere.
Well, honestly, the beauty is, and the underlying message is, you can take this business and your knowledge of how to put a reno together, you can take it anywhere. So,
one of my favourite things about it, yes.
Yeah, mine too, except I seem to stay put. But I'm less adventurous than you are, Tracey. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.